must have heard about the new viral disease called COVID-19, or most popularly, coronavirus. The World Health Organization has declared the coronavirus outbreak a pandemic. Here are some myths and facts about the coronavirus COVID-19.
Wow, Manuma Diga. Getting the coronavirus is a death sentence.
No, Lord Digger. According to a study by the Chinese Center for Disease Control on February 18, the virus has only killed about 2.3% of the people who have contracted it.
I'm afraid that's not true as well. Bro, hale, munna ko am?
Boy, they gonna swami COVID-19. You will know.
No. How would you know, my friend? COVID-19 causes a wide range of symptoms, which might resemble those of other respiratory illnesses. Plus, it takes about 14 days before the symptoms start showing, so it would be very hard to know if you had it.
Because I heard garlic can prevent it.
Garlic is good for you, but whether it prevents the disease or not hasn't been confirmed yet.
Bro, hey, must be munula prevent from having the disease, okay? Bulna saboba. But with that said, the mask should be worn by infected people so it can cover their coughs and sneezes. It can also be worn by people taken care of and coming in close proximity with someone who's infected.
We are safe in the Gambia because they gonna heat can kill the virus. They can be more the fatanga.
Sister, uyuma, ken hamangundah tangay bi dina ray virus bi, wala did it. Right now, it's too early to tell if the heat kills it because studies are just on the way. Lidar, leny ar suñ boba rek.
To keep the body in good health is a duty, and as Gambians, we know a healthy life is important to us as a country. Let us keep it that way. Please share this message with your friends and loved ones. May God continue to bless us.
Do not be scared. Just take care.
This message was brought to you by Spike Media and XD Expression.
Hello, good evening, viewers. You are watching iAfrica TV in Banjul, the Gambia. This is a special program on coronavirus, the outbreak of coronavirus in the world, with special focus in Banjul. My name is Ibrahim Ba, and today for this hour we will be discussing, after the outbreak in Banjul, what is happening and how are Gambians reacting to the news. With me is Brother Abdullah Sise, who is going to be my co-host for the whole or entire hour. Abdullah, welcome to the program.
Jërëjëf Mr. Ba, comme nu ko suma naataango waxee rek ñu bismillah leen si programme bi special edition la buy ñëw bés bu nekk gannaaw ñëpp réew mbir ne xibaar bi agsi na fii si biir réew mi ne am na Gambien mi nga xamante ne nii am na jàngoro bi si biir Gambia fii nii moo tax ñu créer plateforme bi nii pour nit ñi ba pare tamit waxtaan ak askan bi comme nu ko moo ko suma naataango comme nu mu ko waxee dinañ ko faram-fàcce si anglais waaye tamit dinañ ko faram-fàcce si local languages yi for the benefit of our local audience.
Thank you very much. And it is about 24 hours now after the news of the virus was announced in Gambia. So, and President Adama Barrow also gave a statement some 24 hours ago on the disease, declaring the issue as a very serious, in fact, banning all forms of public gathering. Schools and universities have since been closed. And then today with me is also the Abdullah. After Abdullah Sise is Sandigi Jai, who is a blogger and activist who will be with me on the discussion. Sandigi, welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Ba. Good evening to the viewers, and thank you, iAfrica, for having me on your studios this evening.
Part of the discussion, we will continue to break down all the pieces. Whatever happens today is going to be discussed, especially within the past 12 hours. Then Nyawuru Koma, he was with me here yesterday on this special program, which is daily. So Nyawuru, welcome.
Thank you, my two honorable gentlemen and Mr. Chief Activist. I'm very happy to be here today to discuss this pertinent issue that is a cause for concern for every concerned Gambian. It's a national issue, and during these trying times, we have to stick together as one people, one nation, so that we can attain the desired goal. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Having known that the disease have killed more than 6,000 people worldwide, and now it is in the West African state of Gambia. So what is likely to happen? It is just yesterday that a case, first confirmed case, was announced. How is this going to react? Or how long will the disease be here? Or how will it be kicked out? That is the special focus for which we are here. So tonight we just ask our guests to quickly run out on the the news. How do we receive the news, starting with Sandigue?
Press, I stated that yesterday, and I am reiterating it here, that receiving the news was very difficult. Processing it was also another difficult thing. When I went home, I couldn't sleep the whole night because of stress and empathy towards the first patient, and thinking from a bigger size of the picture, how would Gambians receive the news? And waking up this morning, what I saw around town up till this very time was not giving me a very nice taste, because you could see people putting on hand gloves of different types, seeing people putting on masks. The fear already is building a hype. You could see panic around the faces of people. Now people are avoiding even large gatherings, as alluded to by the president in his pronouncement. You could see people's spirit are a little bit down. People are a little bit broken down. So now the onus is on us to ensure that we get to the people to understand that now is not the state, this is not the appropriate time to be on a state of panic, but rather to tighten our belt as a people and come together as a single unit, because that is the only medium that we could use to defeat this virus, because it's a defeatable virus, but our concerted and collective efforts could make the difference. So it is of paramount importance that the general public understand that now is not the appropriate time for panic or to be in a state of fear, but to be on a collective resolve to ensure that this virus, no matter how strong, we are stronger and we will emerge. That should be the position of the citizenry as of now.
The news of first case is coming into the Gambia few days after the World Health Organization declared the outbreak as pandemic. And Nyawuru, this is, a very bitter pill to, consume after the whole World Health Governing Body have already said that this is a global pandemic.
Thank you, gentlemen. Like my friend has just alluded, I will still send this out there to the people watching, that there is no time for panic. We should all keep calm. Understand, like he said, it's defeatable. We can surge and pass through this. We'll surely surmount this obstacle, and the promised land we shall surely anchor. And God willing, Gambia should, together with everybody, together with God, Gambia will pass this pandemic. But it's a very bitter pill to swallow. Some moments after this virus have been declared pandemic, Gambia have seen its first case, and in a bizarre circumstance also. But notwithstanding, let's forget about those things, and those are all bygones now. We should just concentrate, and everybody out there should be your brother's keeper. Everybody should start disseminating this information so that people can keep calm. Like he said, when you go around town today, there is that disdain mood around. Everybody is kind of skeptical about what is going to happen next. But solely, let us just keep together and always remember to keep personal hygiene and the guidelines given by WHO and the Ministry of Health with those around us and always in us, inculcated in us, we'll stand a better chance to pass through this virus because it is not yet out of proportion. It's not blown out like other countries. And when we do it in the Gambian way, we are resilient. Whenever we want to do something, we get to do them. So let's do this one together. As one people, let's put everything aside that divides us. There is one common enemy we have now in town, that is novel coronavirus, COVID-19. So I think it should be a concerted effort of everybody, the government, the citizens, civil service, civil society organizations, activists, bloggers, everybody, politicians. Let's come together, defeat our common enemy out, then we can continue with whatever we want to do later. But as of need soldiers and foot soldiers like everybody, hands on deck, definitely yes.
Shortly, we will renew viewers' news on the announcement by the health minister that was done some 24 hours ago. But before then, Abdullah, so our gentlemen are suggesting that no need for panic. So how do we digest the issue of calmness?
Well, I think first of all, we need to make people understand what this virus is all about, because there is a state of fear, especially within the literates, people that don't have access to information. When they hear about the virus, they're given misinformation, and that is how they interpret their reactions. So I think giving the right information also helps. I went out today and I unfortunately saw some shops closed, and some streets were empty because of the virus. And we just got the news yesterday that the virus was detected in the country. And I think we can do so much together in order to fight the virus. So giving right information is actually one of the key elements we need to focus on, because the illusion our grandparents have, or the kids, that the virus kills you instantly, and that is not the fact. You know, I talked to my grandmother today, and she thinks as soon as you get the virus, you're dying. So that is, when she goes out to the market, that is what she's going to disseminate, which I think is being given the information the wrong information. So that is one aspect we can change. I think that also is as a result, everybody goes to the social media, they use the WhatsApp, they give information that is not reliable, and the Minister for Health gave out a statement indicating the rules on how to give information. I think we should adhere to the Ministry of Health to have the right source of information.
Yeah, the message is loud and clear, and we are united over no need for panic. But looking at the past few hours, you know, Sandigi, you live somewhere very, highly populated, that is in capital city Banjul, and also your interaction in the social media. What are the people saying?
Yeah, I think I would just use two things that I would try to attribute them to some of the factors that are mounting panic or fear is misinformation, disinformation. These are two things that are trying to build hype around what is happening. Because if you're not sure of the information that you're trying to give, verify, authenticate, and the right authority to give information is the channel should be the Minister of Health. Before I came to the studio, interacting on the social media, it was very unfortunate to read somewhere somebody stating that the particular person that was identified as positive case should have been detected right on spot at the airport. I said, no, it doesn't happen that way. And guess what? This person is literate, but because of the information that he got, he tend to believe that was the right thing. I say, at the airport, what happens there is just a process, screening you and checking your temperature. But detecting the virus is done through a test to ascertain whether you are positive or negative, but that cannot happen. And your temperature check at the airport, it could be high whilst you don't have the virus. It could be high whilst you have the virus. But there is an incubation period that people need to understand what happens. So the Ministry of Health, for that matter, they're doing a very good job trying to disseminate information, but they still need to intensify because people are not having the right information. That is why disinformation is happening here and there. Mm-hmm. And I think we still owe it to ourselves and owe it to our country that what we need to disseminate should be an information that is of source, not to speculate, because speculation builds a lot of unnecessary fear. And we cannot afford to be in any state of fear at this moment, because this is a very crucial moment that we need to come together as one single block which fights and defeats this pandemic. I mean, social media, I've seen people trying to, Gambians, particularly for that matter in the diaspora, trying to come together to raise funds. I have seen associations, I've seen foundations of Gambians trying to raise funds. And they've asked, before they started raising funds, they've set up a questionnaire, sort of, trying to ask Gambians, what do you think is relevant at this moment? What kind of materials or items do you think we could purchase to help back home? So that's something very positive. That tells you that Gambians who are out there, they still care about Gambians at home, and in their little ways, they wanted to help. So how do they help? They come together, mobilize resources. If necessary, they send in the money, then those materials are bought. And I think one of the things that I also found out is the price hike that I've seen coming up very soon.
Okay, so we will get back to there, shortly. Yeah. But just Nyawulung, definitely yesterday when the message was being communicated to the country, to the Gambians, it was already night. What do you have with the timing?
Like I've said yesterday, I will still reiterate that, and I think better late than never. It happened finally, but it should have been earlier. That is what I'm alluding to, and I'm always sticking by that. Because when issues like this you hear wherever they happen in the world, you should be proactive. The government should start their efforts earlier. Like I've said, quarantine, I say I'm in conformity with whatever the guidelines the ministry have given, but had it been it have started, come into the country with Maragood, been quarantined, they would have been taken to an isolation area, and they would, certain procedures would have been done. They will know and ascertain whether they were negative and positive, and solely if you are positive, you will have started treatment. That would have been containment number one guideline, but notwithstanding that has gone, we cannot even cry over spilled milk. It's done, but it's late. So next time, I think this is a learning curve for everybody, especially those people in authority, that is the government and the Ministry of Health. They've started sensitizing, but yet still, they should keep sensitizing people more. Like Abla have just said, the older generation who are not that literate will tend to be misinformed, and they will take that hype and take it wherever they see. I heard that this virus, when you contact it, you die immediately. No. There is an incubation period, like the gentleman, Mr. Njai, have said, a 14-day period. You cannot even, as scientists say, you cannot even, if you have it, you cannot even know until after 14 days, then you start seeing the signs and the symptoms of corona novel virus. But here they tend to blow everything out of proportion. Everybody, and they are telling you the mortality rate of this virus, WHO saying that. Out of every 100, maybe 2 or 3 people will lose their life. And everybody, they are telling you 82,000 deaths worldwide, but 82,000 also have recovered fully well. Some have even contacted the virus. Naturally, some people, they are immune to these things. When they get into their immune system will and clear it out even without any proper treatment. So we should put these things in one big forum, talk to the Gambian people. Right now, the onus lies on everybody, especially the Ministry of Health, to sensitize the population as much as they can, so that people will not be in that panic mode. Especially, and what he's outlet responsible for disseminating that particular information. You cannot just do this grapevine information, especially during these trying times. We should be very wary of that. People should stay away from it. I said we should not be put
specifically on the control mechanism, and that takes me to my next guest, who is Prince Abubakar Amina Sankan.
At least, a section of the population is so obsessed, what I call,